What's up? Welcome back to my room. I was struggling a little bit today because I wasn't really sure if a story kind of came to mind or not, but this one did. So I'm going to tell you a story from long ago. I was a child. Look at this hair right there. Get back in there. That's your home. From long ago, when I was really first learning about makeup and things like that. I don't even remember how old I was, but I was pretty young. Teenager-ish, early teenager. So I'm going to tell you this story. If you're interested in hearing my story, if you're interested in seeing what I'm going to do with this face, if you're interested in just supporting me, I appreciate you. Thank you. Keep watching. So again, I just want to throw something in right here. Don't forget that today is the last day to enter the big giveaway that we have going. If you have not already entered, all you have to do is go down my grid a little bit and you will see the sign up post for it. It does end today. And there are so many good prizes for you to win. So, please go enter and support everybody. So, when I was young, I was pretty awkward, okay? Aren't a good majority of teenage girls. We're really coming into ourselves and our not quite a little girl, but not quite a woman, but we're, figuring things out. And I think people get a little confused. They think that all Southern females fall into a few categories. Well, I didn't fall into no category. I was actually pretty shy. I had just a handful of friends, and I was pretty awkward. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still, even as an adult, I'm still pretty shy. I'm still pretty awkward until I really know somebody, and then I'm okay. But back then, as a teenage girl, everything was so awkward, okay? Everything was so awkward. And, teenage girls today don't look like teenage girls did back then. Or I don't know, maybe in some ways, but not a teenage girl that I was, at least. I've always been a little bit chubby. There's always been a little bit more to love. I've never been particularly beautiful or really any of that. In fact, the Bible camp that I met Lane at, we had dorm rooms, but our church had put in a big in-ground swimming pool for our Bible camp. So, my mom sends me with a swimsuit, and it's a two-piece because back then you're not thinking oh, somebody's gonna make fun of me or anything like that. You're just a girl in your swimsuit. But my friend's friend actually told her I was so chubby, I was cute. And Lane back then was actually my friend's boyfriend. To this day, he asks me, why didn't I talk to him back then? Well, first of all, Lane is 4 years older than me. This is so uncool for a 17-year-old to date a 13-year-old. And he would have never given me a second thought back then. First of all, I was 13. Second of all, I was so chubby I was cute. It's crazy how from a young age, you're already very self-aware of your body image. But you notice that mine didn't come from a guy. It came from a female. And we are so judgmental of each other, we end up really hurting each other. That's why I started saying, do everything with intention so that you don't do unintentional harm. And I know this video is supposed to be funny, haha, but it will be. But do you see how I remember something that was said to me so long ago that it still sticks with me today? And I still look at myself as that chubby little girl who can't wear bikinis, who really probably shouldn't even wear shorts. I live in leggings and t-shirts and sundresses so I don't show my body that much. So I know, yeah, funny, haha, but on a serious note, and I didn't expect it to go that way until I just remembered that. Be kind to each other. Kindness, you don't understand what being kind to somebody really does for them. And it's not hard, you know, just say, you look really pretty today. Or in case nobody told you today, you're loved, and I'm glad that you're here. And you'd be surprised just how much love and support they feel just from a few kind words. I would also like to point out, just real quick, I got the guy, okay? It may have been 15 years later, but I got that guy. And I would say we're pretty happy. He's like a handsome chubby girl. So chubby, she cute. I cuddle so nicely because I'm a chubby girl. I'll go back to the story. But I'm just letting you know I'm using the new Lust for Dusk ColourPop palette exclusive to Ulta. It came in yesterday, and oh girl. So anyway, back to the story. Back to the story. So even though we went to Bible camp and things like that, my friends would be what you call trash mouths. Gosh, you sound like a mother calling them trash mouths. So one time, my daddy and his wife were down visiting us, and my stepmom then, she actually probably really was the one who introduced me to all this beauty. That was before YouTube, before gurus, really even too much before social media. Like, we're talking that far. I am old. Oh my god, I am old. So my stepmom, she really liked to, like, paint me up and do makeovers. And her biggest thing was nails. She really loves doing nails, and to this day, she just really loves nails. So that was her thing, you know. And it was the age of these nail polish removers, with just a hole on the top, but one of those tiny holes, not like those big ones. You know how it is when you're a teenager. Everything you hear can be formed into something you shouldn't hear. And I really love Mountain Dew. So, you know, I was standing in the kitchen and drinking my Mountain Dew and talking to her and my mother, and I was just getting ready to take off some nail polish so that they could be done again. But there's only this tiny hole on the top of this nail polish remover. So I asked her, how do I get the nail polish out of the bottle? And she hands me a Q-tip. And so I asked the most logical question. I say, well, how does this work? What do I do with this, you know? And I take a drink of my Mountain Dew. I took a drink of the Mountain Dew and waited for her reply. And wow, I still have the Mountain Dew in my mouth, she so casually says. You stick it in the hole. And naturally, my 13-year-old mind went straight to the gutter with that huge mouthful of Mountain Dew. Then I ended up shooting Mountain Dew from my nose, but not only that, then I was laughing so hard. I was laughing so hard, I peed my pants. I peed my pants right there in the kitchen. Mountain Dew came out of my nose, and I now am traumatized and have a huge fear of peeing my pants. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed my story. I figured I told some stories about other people. Y'all needed to hear one about me. Of course, I have tons of those, but that one, like when I was trying to think of a story to tell, it really was like one of the funniest stories that I have about myself. Anyway, so yeah, I really had a nice time. This is pretty minimal makeup today. I don't have any like underneath cream, blush, or anything like that. I just did a really simple face. I'm going to be working later. But I really like that Lust for Dusk palette. It's really super pretty, super simple on me. Again, in true ColourPop fashion, it worked out perfectly. Yeah, so I hope that y'all enjoyed it. I did. I always do. I hope that y'all are having a great Friday and you're super excited for your weekend. Be safe, be a light, spread love like glitter, and I'll see you next time. Bye.